Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Heartland Championship Wrestling. My name is Dave Little, and we are coming to you live from the Dave Cave with a pay-per-view broadcast. Heartland Havoc 117, you better, you bet. We have got 8 big matches lined up for tonight, including a World Championship main event. This has been a brouhaha in the making, as the NWA World Heavyweight Champion Terry Funk defends against the former champion, the Nature Boy, Ric Flair. Jimmy Hart is here seconding Terry Funk. Bobby Heenan is here to second Ric Flair. They've got factions behind them on both sides. It is going to be a slobber knocker. And already folks are lining up in the chat room. Jay Randis first in line. Neil Lau saying howdy. Frank Wainscott watching while his Vols are playing, the Tennessee Volunteers. I like it. My wonderful Uncle Tom was from Knoxville, Tennessee, and we would spend time in the Knoxville area, Oak Ridge to be precise. And I have cousins who are big Volunteers fans, and so yeah. Aside from my Buckeyes, the Volunteers are one of the teams I do enjoy watching. So good luck to Tennessee there tonight. Just finished up watching the Ohio State game, which was close at first. It was 14-10 early, and it ended up 63-10. Ohio State with a beatdown over Western Kentucky. Lots of great action in that game. But the action now here tonight is on the tabletop with Heartland Havoc 117, you better, you bet. A little late getting started tonight because of the Ohio State game. But be that as it may, my Buckeyes do take precedent. And I know that there's other stuff going on YouTube tonight, and I try to get these done before RJL Network starts their baseball broadcasts on most occasions. But hey, I love you, RJL. I love my Buckeyes even more. So we are ready to get started with 7 great championship matches and a very special Loser Leaves Town match and a special announcement coming to you from Cheerleader Melissa as the night goes on. But we are ready to get started with our opening contest. Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is scheduled for one fall with a 45-minute time limit, and this is for the Patriots Tag Team Championship. Disqualification rules will be in effect. Introducing first the challengers at a total combined weight of 467.5 pounds out of Sydney, Australia, collectively known as the Fabulous Kangaroos. This is Al Costello and his tag team partner, Roy Heffernan. All right, so the Fabulous Kangaroos coming out to challenge for the Patriot Tag Team Championships here in our opening contest. But they will have their hands full with your reigning and defending Patriot Tag Team Champions, one of the most popular teams in all of the Heartland. Coming in at a total combined weight of 442 pounds. From the City of Angels, collectively known as the Fantastics, it's Tommy Rogers and Bobby Fulton. All right, so Fulton and Rogers defending the titles tonight against the Kangaroos. That will be a tough match indeed, as these Kangaroos are quite the accomplished tag team. Championship dice in effect, cards at the ready, and as I mentioned, disqualification rules are in effect for this contest. As we get the fatigue markers laid out and the interference markers laid out, I believe we are set to go. And it will be Bobby Fulton starting things off for the champions against Roy Heffernan. As Jay Randis weighs in, the Kangaroos just won the AWA World Tag titles from Big John Studd and Cowboy Bob Orton, and they look to add to their accolades here tonight in Pittsburgh, as the opening initiative role is won by Bobby Fulton. And it is Fulton who comes out on Heffernan with a monkey flip. He got him up and over That's an agility move. Both these men equally agile, so that works. And Heffernan is down. Solo promoter is here. Grant Bachoco, good to see you, my man. And it is Fulton now coming with a flying head scissors, a choice F maneuver. He's going to need a roll of 6 or lower to hit that. And on a roll of 3, he hits that at the level 3. And Heffernan quickly is down. Can Heffernan make the tag? Yes, he can. Heffernan tags into Al Costello. So Fulton gets the best of that opening encounter. Heffernan makes the tag into Costello. And now it is Costello coming in to attempt the takedown to a head scissors. Fulton goes down, but he makes the tag to his partner, Tommy Rogers, and we start all over again. Rogers and Costello. Rogers with a deep arm drag. Costello blocks that. And it is Costello coming back with a whip to the ropes. Off the ropes comes Tommy Rogers, and on a roll of 4, it is Costello who ducks his head too soon. Rogers has him up and down to the canvas hard with an awesome pile driver. Tommy Rogers now in control. They're going to go for the fantastic flip. That is a tag finisher at level 0. So the pin roll here is 3 or lower, and on a roll of 11, Costello is able to kick out. But quickly, the Fantastics taking control. And now they're going to go for the press slam smash. This is a +1 finisher. The pin roll now is 5 or lower, and on a roll of 9, Costello gets out. Fulton now the legal man in the ring, as the Fantastics have all the momentum against the Kangaroos. And now it is Fulton going for the Fantastic Cradle. The pin roll here is a 5, and on a roll of snake eyes, he may get him. Can Heffernan make the pin save? And on a roll of 8, he cannot. So Bobby Fulton and Tommy Rogers, just like that, have successfully defended the Patriot Tag Team the Patriot Tag Team Championship over Al Costello and Roy Heffernan by way of the Fantastic Cradle. So congratulations to your reigning and defending Patriot Tag Team Champions. The fans in Pittsburgh going crazy, particularly the young ladies who just love these two cutie pies. But it is indeed a great night of celebration for the Fantastics. First match in and done that quickly. Grant Bachoco says, wow. Hey, Grant, while I've got you here, I got a Discord message from you asking for PDFs of the wrestling stacks. Did I ever send those to you? Let me know. I don't recall whether I sent those along or not, but I will make myself a note if I did not send those PDFs. And of course, anybody who wants a PDF copy of the Legends of Wrestling Fast Action cards, Out of the Ring Action, and Foreign Object cards, conceptualized by me and laid out and designed by Carl Zilla. All you got to do is drop me a Facebook message or send me your email address, and I can send out the PDFs for those cards. All right, so the Fantastics are your winners in the opening contest, and that takes us to our next match. And this one is going to be a slobber knocker. And it won't be the last slobber knocker we've seen tonight. But the following contest is scheduled for one fall with no time limit and no disqualification. This is for the Mistress of Mayhem Championship. Introducing the challenger. From an undisclosed location, standing at 6 feet tall, weighing 200 pounds, she is the bionic beast. This is JENNACIDE. And her opponent is your reigning and defending Mistress of Mayhem champion out of Cincinnati, Ohio, 5'10", 171 pounds. This is KLEIN. KLEIN for a long time has been the dominant Mistress of Mayhem championship. Mistress of Mayhem champion. She has held that title as we look back at our history. KLEIN has held that title since January. And she is a two-time champion, having previously held that title back in 2019 for a period of almost a year. So KLEIN is the dominant Mistress of Mayhem. This is a no disqualification title. Always will be. And it is not for the faint of heart. So KLEIN has dominated this title. And then along came JENNACIDE. JENNACIDE, of course, paired up with IVELISSE. JENNACIDE, the enforcer, as you will. And a few weeks back, it was Teddy Long who made a tag team match pitting IVELISSE and JENNACIDE against the Canadian Ninjas. And as a result of IVELISSE and JENNACIDE winning that match, JENNACIDE has been awarded a shot at the Mistress of Mayhem Championship here tonight on pay-per-view. So neither of these two is going to take a backward step. You can use the word Amazon or whatever you want to use for these two. This is going to be a slobber knocker. And the opening initiative roll goes to JENNACIDE. And the Beast comes out immediately and attempts a fall away slam. This is a choice F maneuver. Power versus power. She will need a roll of 8 or lower to accomplish that. And on a roll of 5, she got her down. And KLEIN is hurt. JENNACIDE moving in. JENNACIDE with a big splash in the corner. But oh, KLEIN gets out of the way of that one. And Kelly on the reversal comes back with a waistlock takedown and puts JENNACIDE down on the canvas. KLEIN now in control. A big side backbreaker, crushing. Drops JENNACIDE to the mat. And JENNACIDE is still hurting. And now it is JENNACIDE getting to her feet. And here's KLEIN with a whip to the ropes. Off the ropes comes JENNACIDE, and on a roll of 7, it is a running back elbow delivered by KLEIN that stuns JENNACIDE. Kelly following up with a running boot. The running boot, a choice C maneuver. She'll need a roll of 8 or lower to accomplish that. And oh, on a roll of 12, JENNACIDE ducks out of the way of the running boot. And it is JENNACIDE with another splash in the corner, and she missed again. KLEIN missed that, got out of the way of that corner splash. And now it is Kelly with a big German suplex, taking JENNACIDE down hard to the canvas once again. Kelly's going to go for the cover. The pin roll here is 3 or lower. And oh, on a roll of 12, JENNACIDE kicks out, and kicks out with authority. KLEIN now in control. Northern Lights suplex coming up, a choice G maneuver. And she'll go for the death jump roll to complete that. And oh, on a roll of 5, that is a reversal for JENNACIDE. KLEIN went for that Northern Lights suplex. And JENNACIDE just dumps her over down to the into the turnbuckle and hits her with a crushing blow coming off the turnbuckle. And JENNACIDE now is in control at level 3 offense. She goes with a low cross body. And KLEIN stays down. Here's another corner splash attempted. This time JENNACIDE hits it. And JENNACIDE developing some momentum here. Whip to the turnbuckle. Off the turnbuckle comes KLEIN, and she grabs the arm of JENNACIDE and sends JENNACIDE into the turnbuckle. And now JENNACIDE goes into the turnbuckle, and on a roll of 6, it is JENNACIDE lifting a knee to the head of KLEIN as Kelly charged into the turnbuckle. Mistake there by KLEIN. And now JENNACIDE is going to go with another whip to the turnbuckle, followed by another reversal. And this time it is JENNACIDE with another knee to the head to KLEIN. The turnbuckle is the one place where JENNACIDE has the advantage here, and she wants to mobilize that. And now here's a big clothesline from JENNACIDE, exploding off the turnbuckle. Kelly is down. JENNACIDE goes for the cover. The pin roll is Snake Eyes, but on a roll of 7, it is KLEIN who is able to kick out. And JENNACIDE now is in control. JENNACIDE is going for the sit-down powerbomb. That's her +2 finisher. The pin roll here is 5 or lower, but on a roll of 9, Kelly kicks out, and the match continues. KLEIN has successfully defended this Mistress of Mayhem belt on many occasions against many challengers, but I don't think she's ever seen a beast like JENNACIDE who has the capability of going power to power with KLEIN. And now JENNACIDE throws KLEIN out of the ring. Down to the arena floor we go. And on a roll of 11, that is JENNACIDE coming out and going to the foreign object. And the first foreign object of the night is a pipe wrench. How about that? The pipe wrench they used to put the ring together now in play as JENNACIDE slugs KLEIN with a pipe wrench. And now it is out of the ring again. Will we see shenanigans here? Yes, we will. The shenanigans chart comes into play. On a roll of 11, we go to the ringside Mayhem chart. Ringside Mayhem here in Pittsburgh, and it is going to be outside interference. Not surprising here, as it is JENNACIDE bringing the help. In this case, it's going to be obviously IVELISSE coming in to help JENNACIDE. Actually, let's add a new member to that team. JENNACIDE's not going to, or excuse me, IVELISSE isn't going to muckety-muck around with interfering in this match when she's got a title match tonight. Actually, no, let's go with that. We'll go with IVELISSE. I thought there was a third member for that team, but in the interest of time, IVELISSE comes out, and it is time for some outside interference on behalf of IVELISSE. The outside interference chart in play on a roll of 8. It is IVELISSE coming to ringside and distracting the referee, but being escorted away from ringside. JENNACIDE maintains control here after IVELISSE is escorted away from ringside. And now it is JENNACIDE again with another foreign object. She hit her again with that pipe wrench while IVELISSE was providing the distraction. And now it is a big choke slam delivered by JENNACIDE. JENNACIDE follows that up with another big corner splash. KLEIN is hurting. She is hurting indeed. As JENNACIDE continues on the attack with another big clothesline. Kelly back against the ropes. She is sucking wind and trying her best to get back into this match. And now a big clothesline again by JENNACIDE puts KLEIN down to the canvas. JENNACIDE with the opportunity to take control again. Here's another big choke slam by JENNACIDE. And Kelly is hurt. Now a whip to the turnbuckle. Off the turnbuckle comes KLEIN, and on a roll of 7, it is a big kick from JENNACIDE. JENNACIDE still on the offense. A big delayed body slam down to the canvas again. And now it is Kelly who is rolling out of the ring. And it is Kelly who is going to win the brawl on the arena floor. As Kelly and JENNACIDE mixing it up, and it is KLEIN with a backdrop onto the announcer's table that takes JENNACIDE down, and KLEIN is now in control. KLEIN now coming back with a big Samoan drop, and JENNACIDE's going out of the ring. Will we see ringside mayhem here? No, we will not. But on the outside, it is both ladies mixing it up. We're going to go odd even for the decision here, as JENNACIDE will have the even roll, and on a roll of 3, it is KLEIN who wins the brawl on the arena floor with an Irish whip into the ring barricade. Boy, this match has broken down quickly between these two. JENNACIDE hits the barricade hard. KLEIN's going for the finisher. The end of the match, that guillotine chokehold, a +2 finisher. The submission roll here is 6 or lower. And on a roll of 11, JENNACIDE powers her way out of the guillotine choke. Kelly still in control. What's she going to do now? Another big Samoan drop takes JENNACIDE down to the canvas again. And now Kelly is going with a big fisherman suplex. Down goes JENNACIDE again. Boy, KLEIN has a lot of suplexes in her arsenal. JENNACIDE is a lot more just with the standard order brutality. And now here's a standing power slam by KLEIN that takes JENNACIDE down again. Kelly in control. Side backbreaker again. She goes for the cover. The pin roll here is 5, and on a roll of 7, JENNACIDE kicks out again, and the match continues. With Kelly in control, another fisherman suplex. JENNACIDE is hurt. KLEIN with another big standing power slam. JENNACIDE getting back to her feet, trying to rally. They come together in the center of the ring. It is a face slam performed by KLEIN. JENNACIDE gets to her feet again. And it is a whip to the turnbuckle. Off the turnbuckle comes Genocide. And on a roll of 6, it is Genocide who lifts a knee to the head of KLEIN. And Genocide now is back in control. Whip to the ropes. Off the ropes comes Kelly. And on a roll of 9, that is the big power roll. The power is even between these two. Genocide keeps control. And Genocide now with another big body slam, planting Kelly on the canvas. Both these ladies are just about gassed out, but they both continue to fight. And here's another big clothesline delivered by Genocide. It's Genocide going for the cover on a roll of 4 or lower, and on a roll of 11, it is Kelly kicking out. Great determination being shown by both these ladies. Both ladies now at 3 points of fatigue, and it is Genocide being picked up by KLEIN for another fall away slam. Genocide now going out of the ring, and we will see ringside mayhem once again. And this time it is going to be another foreign object in play. Another foreign object is coming into play. It is the ring steps. KLEIN is on offense. She's trying to gain control of the ring steps. And we go to the gut check roll. And it is KLEIN who wins the gut check roll and slams the ring steps onto the legs of Genocide. That's going to cost her a point of fatigue. KLEIN now back in control. And now she goes for the end of the match. She's going for the guillotine choke. The submission roll here is 9 or lower. Can Genocide survive? And on a roll of 9, she got her. What an incredible match. Both ways, both these ladies put it all on the line here tonight as KLEIN wins it with the end of the match after hitting her with the ring steps on the arena floor. What a battle we have seen here as KLEIN, after a tremendous war with Genocide, comes away retaining the Mistress of Mayhem Championship. All right. Another fine match here from the Heartland Ladies Division, as KLEIN puts on a big show here tonight after a brutal match. Now let's catch up on what was happening in the chat room. Salvador America is here. Cleveland Baseball Fan 879 is here. After further review with Steve Tower. Good to see you here, my man. Neil Lau, I don't know if we saw you coming in, but thank you for joining us. This is awesome. This is awesome chants coming from Steve Tower. Neil Lau, shocked. Shocked, I say, at the violence in the matches, particularly in the Heartland Ladies Division. Doom being put over here by Salvador America and Jay Randis in celebration of the 75th birthday of one Teddy Long. Teddy Long here in attendance, in fact, in Pittsburgh as the commissioner of Heartland Ladies Wrestling now. And Derek Bauman just made it in. Derek, you just missed a real true slobber knocker in the Heartland Ladies Wrestling division as KLEIN retains the Mistress of Mayhem Championship after hitting Genocide with the ring steps and putting on the end of the match that guillotine chokehold submission. And now, ladies and gentlemen, in fact, Teddy Long is in the ring with a special announcement. Rumors have been swirling as it has been announced that a special announcement will be made tonight by former Heartland Ladies Champion, former Heartland Ladies Wrestler of the Year, former multi-time Filsinger Cup winner, Cheerleader Melissa, has come to Pittsburgh with an announcement to make. And there has been speculation that Cheerleader Melissa is going to retire from wrestling. She's in the ring now with Teddy Long. And as Cheerleader Melissa takes the microphone with tears in her eyes, she begins to announce her impending retirement when out of the back comes none other than Mischief. Melissa is talking about how she has done it all in Heartland Ladies Wrestling and she has nothing left to prove, but out comes Mischief. And Mischief says, listen here, Melissa, you haven't done it all in Heartland Ladies Wrestling. You've never won the Heartland Ladies Tag Team Championship. And I have been your former tag team partner, and I want to bring you back to glory. It's going to be Mischief and Cheerleader Melissa reforming their tag team. I believe they called that Melissery, or Mischief, or something like that. Mischief, I think, is what they called that. So the tag team of Mischief is reuniting. Cheerleader Melissa is not going to retire, but in fact, she is going to turn her focus to tag team competition in an effort to win the Heartland Ladies Tag Team Championship, accompanied by Mischief. So, a little swerve there tonight. Actually, the dice decided that earlier today. What I originally had in mind for that segment was going to be a retirement speech and the creation of a Heartland Championship Wrestling Hall of Fame with Melissa as the very first inductee, but the dice said otherwise. As Salvador America says, when do you know when it is time for someone to go away for now? A couple of ways that I do that. I do keep stats on my wrestlers in each federation, each territory. If a wrestler has, if at any point their current record goes 4 matches below the 500 mark, if they go 0-4, 1-5, 2-6, what have you, then then their contract is not renewed. If they have wrestled 10 matches and they have a record below 500, their contract is put up for renewal. If they have wrestled 15 matches under the current contract and they're not in championship contention, again, they are put into retirement. And if they have challenged for the championship and lost, they are also put up for contract renewal. And then I go through the dice based upon the heat level and how popular they are and how much I want to use them. And I'll lay the percentages. Do they retire? Do they change to a different territory? Do they go to tag team wrestling? Do they go back into the waiting pool for another contract opportunity further down the line? And in the case of Cheerleader Melissa, it's simply, she has won every title there is to be won. She's about a 10-time Heartland Ladies Championship. There's all kinds of new blood that I want to integrate into Heartland Ladies Wrestling. So why not just make Melissa the first ever inductee into the Heartland Championship Wrestling Hall of Fame? But then upon reflection, I was either going to do that or put her in the tag team division, or I had another couple of surprises up my sleeve. But the dice roll said Melissa was going to form a tag team, and Mischief was her most active tag team partner throughout her career. So that is what the dice decided here tonight. And Neil Lau brings up injuries. Yes, also injuries do play a role in that. I think, as I recall, the only wrestler that was ever put out of wrestling permanently by injury in Heartland Championship Wrestling was former Shimmer Ladies Tag Team Champion Tomoko Nakagawa. And I think she hit all the wrong rolls to get her out of action indefinitely and has not been back. So anyhow, that is the deal with that. And now, ladies and gentlemen, speaking of contracts expiring, the following contest is scheduled for one fall with no time limit and no disqualification. This is a Patriot Championship Wrestling Loser Leaves Town match. Loser leaves town. These two have been former allies. They have been erstwhile tag team partners. They have had a falling out that has been months in the making. Introducing first, standing at 6'7", weighing 280 pounds from Hamtramck, Michigan. This is Killer Kowalski. And his opponent out of Lexington, Kentucky, 5'10", 222 pounds. This is Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert. Kowalski and Eddie Gilbert were initially members of James J. Dillon Enterprises. They couldn't cut the mustard as part of the Dillon entourage, and they were sent packing. They tried to launch out on an independent partnership of their own, with very mixed results. And just this past month, Eddie Gilbert had a title shot against Sergeant Slaughter for the North American Heavyweight Championship, and botched interference by Killer Kowalski cost him that title shot. And now these two are here in Pittsburgh to settle their differences once and for all, and the loser will leave Patriot Championship Wrestling. Salvador America, will she be a Grand Slam winner if she gets the tag belts? The answer is yes. And that is why I wanted to give Melissa at least a die roll chance of taking that opportunity. Cheerleader Melissa, great wrestler. One of my favorite lady wrestlers of all time, and well deserving of all the accolades that she has found here. Doesn't have the the look or the panache or the pizzazz of a WWE diva type superstar, but just a badass performer all around, and one of my favorites. All right, Gilbert and Kowalski hooking up. Grudge match dice in play, and right away it is a doubles coming off of the opening initiative roll, and that means we go to the hardcore section of our Face to the Mat workbook that comes into play for situations like this out of the Highlight Center booklet. And on double fives, it is Kowalski who will make the roll on the hardcore match. The roll is 6-3. Is the wrestler mean? The answer is yes. Wrestler drags opponent into restroom and stuffs opponent head into the toilet. 1 point of fatigue. So Killer Kowalski starting things off with a swirly. Eddie Gilbert on the receiving end of a swirly here in Pittsburgh. And Kowalski will take charge early, and they're fighting out of the men's restroom. And it is Kowalski now with a big knee lift, slamming his knee into the side of the head of Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert. And now throwing Eddie Gilbert down the arena steps towards the ring. And it is going to be Kowalski attempting a running clothesline down the steps. This is going to be an agility move. He's going to need a roll of 7 or lower to hit that. And on a roll of 7, he got all of that one. And Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert goes tumbling down the steps of the arena floor. And finally gets to his feet at ringside. Kowalski coming in. And it is Kowalski with a big drop kick. How about that? Kowalski drop kicking Eddie Gilbert at ringside, and Gilbert finally rolls into the ring just to try and escape the onslaught of this angry Killer Kowalski. Kowalski comes in with a whip to the turnbuckle. Off the turnbuckle comes Eddie Gilbert, and on a roll of 6, it is a big kick by Kowalski that stuns Eddie Gilbert. Kowalski in control. Kowalski with a whip to the opposite turnbuckle. Gilbert comes off the opposite turnbuckle and eats another big boot from Kowalski. Gilbert is back down. Kowalski has the momentum here. And now Kowalski with another big drop kick stuns Eddie Gilbert. Gilbert doesn't know what to do. He doesn't know whether to wind his watch or wipe his watch, as Kowalski comes in with a series of forearm hammers. Gilbert firing back. And it is Gilbert with a whip to the turnbuckle. Off the turnbuckle now comes Kowalski. And on a roll of 6, Kowalski grabs Gilbert and throws Gilbert back into the turnbuckle, and another big boot by Kowalski. Gilbert is down, and the fans here in Pittsburgh don't know how to root for this match, but Kowalski has been dominant. And Kowalski now just stomping a mud hole into Eddie Gilbert in the corner. More forearm hammers delivered by Killer Kowalski. And now Kowalski with another big drop kick, dominating Eddie Gilbert. And Kowalski again with a whip to the turnbuckle. And as Gilbert comes off the turnbuckle this time, Gilbert bounces forward off the turnbuckle, and Kowalski nails him with an incredible neck-breaking clothesline. Kowalski in control. Another big knee lift coming up. And on a roll of 8, Kowalski nails the big knee lift. And Gilbert is down once again. And now the bombs away knee drop hits Gilbert. That is a add 1 maneuver. And Gilbert is going out of the ring and down to the arena floor. Will we see shenanigans here? Yes, indeed we will. As we go to the ringside Mayhem charge. And on a roll of 11, it is going to be outside interference brought into the ring by Eddie Gilbert. How about that? Eddie Gilbert has yet another trick up his sleeve to try and waylay Killer Kowalski as he is losing. It's the Gilbert brothers. It's Doug Gilbert and Tommy Gilbert coming in to defend Killer Kowalski. We go to the gang to attack Killer Kowalski. We go to the gang interference church. And it is referees coming from backstage to prevent the Gilbert brothers from attacking Killer Kowalski. Nothing going here, as Kowalski now remains in control. And it is Kowalski with a big move on Eddie Gilbert on the ring floor. It is a body slam on the arena floor executed by Killer Kowalski. And Eddie Gilbert in all kinds of trouble here. There are no countouts in this situation, but that's going to cost Eddie a point of fatigue. And now back into the ring, a giant swing by Killer Kowalski. Our first pin attempt of the match. The pin roll here is 6 or lower. And on a roll of 10, Gilbert's still able to kick out. And now Kowalski goes to the Kowalski Claw. This is his finisher. Submission roll of 9 or lower here, and on a roll of 9, he got him. Killer Kowalski just dominates Eddie Gilbert and defeats him with the Kowalski Claw after the attempt by the Gilbert brothers to interfere on behalf of Eddie Gilbert was put aside. So, congratulations to Killer Kowalski, the fans with lukewarm applause here, as Eddie Gilbert's going bye-bye, and they're singing the bye-bye chants to Eddie Gilbert. But Kowalski certainly not a fan favored by any stretch of the imagination, although he really showed his mettle here tonight. From the opening swirly to the drop kicks and the big kicks to the head coming off the turnbuckle, and finally winning this after a body slam on the arena floor by way of the Kowalski Claw. So that is your winner in the Loser Leaves Town match. They don't call him Killer for nothing, folks, says Steve Tower. And here we've got some talk about the New Age Outlaws and some of the struggles that they have faced. Lost their first 2 bouts so far in the Salvador America Fed. Yeah, I have that same problem too. It stinks when you bring in someone new and they struggle. So yeah, you could add a manager. I might add a manager, or simply have them end up at odds with each other, or what have you. But yeah, that's always a challenging situation when somebody that you're trying to push does not win the matches on the tabletop. All right. It is time, ladies and gentlemen, for our next match. The following contest is scheduled for one fall with a 45-minute time limit. Disqualification rules are in effect. This is a tag team match for the Heartland Ladies Tag Team titles. Introducing first the challengers, collectively known as the Pink Ladies. From Australia first, standing at 6'1", weighing 75 kilos from Sydney, Australia, this is Madison Eagles. And her tag team partner, also from Sydney, Australia, standing at 5'10", weighing 60 kilograms, this is Jessie McKay. Jessie McKay and Madison Eagles, successful tag team in the early days of Shimmer. Madison continued to hang around Shimmer and actually became a Shimmer singles ladies champion at 6 feet tall, very good athlete, and good competitor. Jessie McKay, as you know, probably went on to fame as Billie Kay in the WWE with that iconic tag team combination, winning ladies tag team gold in the WWE. But their opponents have been a formidable tag team. They are your reigning and defending Heartland Ladies Tag Team Champions. Coming to the ring first, 5'7", 142 pounds from Sacramento, California. This is Nicole SAVOY. And her tag team partner hails from Waterbury, Connecticut. 5'7", 135 pounds. This is Mercedes Martinez. And you want to talk about all-time ladies performers, Mercedes Martinez takes second fiddle to nobody in terms of her abilities in the ring. And we're ready for action here, and it will be Nicole SAVOY, the MMA star turned wrestling star, starting things off against the big Madison Eagles. This should be a good one, says Salvador America, and we certainly hope so. As the opening initiative role is won by Madison Eagles. They come together in the center of the ring, and Madison Eagles meets Nicole SAVOY with a big stomp to the chest. Nicole SAVOY firing right back, and it is Nicole SAVOY who gets under that with a butterfly suplex that takes Madison Eagles up, over, and down to the canvas. Great counter there by Nicole SAVOY to gain control off of the opening lockup. Nicole coming in now with a whip to the turnbuckle. Thought better of that, as Madison has an A rating coming off the turnbuckle. Instead, she goes to the snapmare, taking Nicole down to the canvas. Both ladies back to their feet. They come together in the center of the ring, and it is another snapmare attempted by Nicole SAVOY, and this time Madison Eagles with the reversal. Eagles now in control with the big vertical suplex, taking Nicole down to the canvas. Madison now in control, and Madison with a flying knee strike. Wow, she got all of that one. Coming off with that 6'1" frame, those long legs, hitting Nicole with a big flying knee strike. Nicole is down, and Madison is in control, and she is going with Hellbound. That is her finisher, a fireman carrying neckbreaker onto the knee, and that is a +2 finisher. She's going to go for the cover. The pin roll here is 4 or lower, and on a roll of 6, Nicole is able to kick out, and the match will continue. But Madison quickly taking control with an impressive flurry, and now the Hellbound again. Pin roll here is 5 or lower, and on a roll of 11, Nicole kicks out. So the Pink Ladies, and specifically Madison Eagles, off to a quick start here. And now we're going to see Jessie McKay into the ring as the Pink Ladies have the double team attempt. And on a roll of 10, it is Jessie coming off of the ropes with a big elbow smash to the side of the head of Nicole SAVOY. Jessie McKay in control here. Jessie follows that up with a Hurricane Rana, taking Nicole over and down to the canvas. Nicole back to her feet. Jessie's on her, and Jessie goes with a whip to the ropes. Off the ropes comes Nicole SAVOY. And on a roll of 6, Jessie comes down, and it is Nicole coming off the other way. And now another drop down. Boy, that B6 roll seems to hit a lot. But now on a roll of 9, that is the power roll. And it is Nicole SAVOY with the power advantage coming off the ropes. She knocks Jessie McKay down to the canvas. Nicole takes control, and Nicole with a whip to the turnbuckle. Off the turnbuckle comes Jessie McKay, and on a roll of 9, it is a big kick from Nicole that stuns Jessie. And finally, Nicole gets out and makes the tag to Mercedes Martinez. So Mercedes Martinez into the ring for the first time, facing off against Jessie McKay. And as Mercedes comes in, she's going to try for a shot to the face. That is a choice C maneuver. Mercedes attempting that forearm shot to the side of the head. She is going to need a roll of 8 or lower to complete that on the choice chart. And on a roll of 8, she hits Jessie upside the head, and Jessie staggers back. Mercedes coming in follow-up with a whip to the turnbuckle. Off the turnbuckle comes Jessie McKay, and on a roll of 6, it is Jessie who reverses the whip and takes Mercedes into the turnbuckle, and Mercedes bounces off, and Jessie hits her with a big kick. That stuns Mercedes. Jessie now in control. Jessie going with a running clothesline. Mercedes ducks that. Mercedes on the reversal. Oh! Just lit her up with a brutal chop across the chest. Those brutal chops from Mercedes Martinez are devastating, and that cost Jessie a point of fatigue, and Jessie slumps back into the corner. after that stunning blow. And now here's another whip to the turnbuckle executed by Mercedes. As Jessie comes off the turnbuckle, oh, it is Mercedes charging in, and Mercedes misses the charge to the turnbuckle and hits the turnbuckle hard and rolls out of the ring. Jessie is not going to pursue her out of the ring. Instead, she is going to make the tag to Madison Eagles, and it will be Madison Eagles pursuing Mercedes out of the ring. And on a roll of 10, it is Madison Eagles with a foreign object shot. Will we see a disqualification here? Maybe, as Mercedes gets hit by the ring bell. But on a second roll, we do not see the disqualification, as the Pink Ladies with a little misdirection play there. Madison Eagles literally rang the bell of Mercedes with the ring bell. And as they come back into the ring, it is Hellbound delivered by Mercedes. Delivered on Mercedes. Another cover here. The pin roll is 4. And on a roll of 8, Mercedes has to kick out. Boy, Madison Eagles has been on the top of her game in this match. And now Madison, with a roundhouse kick to the side of the head, takes Mercedes down once again. Double team move coming up by the Pink Ladies. And oh, on a roll of 4, that is a devastating double team move. Both Jessie and Madison hitting simultaneous big running kicks to the face. And Mercedes takes a point of fatigue again. And now it is Jessie McKay in the ring and in control. And she comes in with her 7 minutes in heaven. That is a sleeper hold type maneuver. And Mercedes is forced to leave the ring. Out of the ring we go here. And on a roll of 3, it is Mercedes dragging Jessie out under the bottom rope. And Mercedes drops Jessie McKay stomach first across the steel security railing. That cannot feel good. Mercedes Martinez reversing that and taking control here as Jessie tries to get back into the ring ahead of the 10 count. Mercedes is waiting with bad intentions. A brainbuster by Mercedes, dropping Jessie down to the mat. Jessie slow trying to get to her feet. Mercedes follows that up, thought about a whip to the ropes, thought better of it, and instead it is Mercedes attempting a leg sweep. Jessie McKay is able to avoid the leg sweep, and it is Jessie who comes back with a Northern Lights bomb, taking Mercedes down to the canvas once again. Nice counter there by Jessie McKay. And again, Mercedes is going to roll out of the ring. And this time it is Mercedes risking disqualification. And oh, she may be disqualified here on another roll of 5 or lower. And oh, on a roll of 7, Mercedes is not disqualified, and she grabs Jessie and rams her back first into the ring apron. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, as we all know, the ring apron is the hardest part of the ring. So it is Jessie now who is stunned. It is Mercedes who is in control. And it is Mercedes now with a brainbuster, and Jessie is hurt. Mercedes going to tag out to Nicole Savoy. They couldn't keep control quite long enough to get a double team move in, but Nicole is in the ring now. And Nicole with a cross arm bar. Jessie's going to reverse that. And on the reversal, it is Jessie with a Northern Lights bomb on Nicole. And Nicole is forced to roll out of the ring. Oh my goodness. These Pink Ladies have just been on top of their game here tonight. But as we go out to the arena floor, again, it is Nicole Savoy this time, pulling Jessie out of the ring and giving her some rough stuff. And on the arena floor, it is a drop kick hit by Nicole, sending Jessie flying over the steel security railing. Goodness gracious. Every time the challengers get control, the champions find a way to get out of the ring and reverse the momentum. Jessie McKay, only a C-rated performer on the arena floor. And the champions have been able to use that to their advantage, at least to keep this match competitive, as the Pink Ladies have been dominating the in-ring action. Here's Nicole in control. She's going to try for a Texas Cloverleaf. This is a choice F maneuver. She will need a roll of 8 or lower to complete that. And on a roll of 10, Jessie powers her way out of the attempted Texas Cloverleaf. And it is Jessie instead with a whip to the ropes. Off the ropes comes Nicole Savoy. And on a roll of 10, it is both ladies who hit the running double clothesline. Both ladies are down. The lady with the better ring rating gets control. That is Jessie. She is an A coming off the ropes. Jesse's in control on level 3 offense. And she is going to go up for a death jump. Death jump attempt coming from Jessie McKay, and on a roll of 9, she slaughters Nicole with a flying body press off the top rope, and Nicole is down. 2 downs in a row means it is time for a double team attempt. And on a roll of 12, oh, that's the botch double team. As the Pink Ladies try and toss Nicole into the ropes, Nicole ducks that and comes back and clotheslines both ladies. And it is Nicole Savoy now in control on Jessie McKay. And it is a SAVOY lock. The SAVOY lock applied by Nicole Savoy. Submission hold applied. Jessie will have to submit here on a roll of 4 or lower. And oh, on a roll of 4, she may get her. Can Madison make the save? And oh, on a roll of 4, Madison just able to make the save on her partner. Very close call there for Jessie McKay. She was about to tap at any moment. But Madison Eagles makes the save and the match continues. Nicole now is going to bring Mercedes in for a double team. And oh, on a roll of 3, it is a deadly double, face-first double suplex that puts Jessie down. Mercedes going for the cover. The pin roll here is 5. And on a roll of 5, she may get her. Can Jessie make the save yet again? And on a roll of 8, she cannot. Wow, how about that match? As Mercedes Martinez gets the pin on Jessie McKay by way of the double team. Mercedes Martinez pins Jessie McKay, and Martinez and Savoy successfully retain the Heartland Ladies Tag Team Championship. So that was set up by the SAVOY lock applied by Nicole Savoy, followed by the double team that puts Jessie McKay down for the count. And after a really good battle in that match, it will be Mercedes and Nicole retaining the Heartland Ladies Tag Team Championship. Great, great match. Champs get it done and keep the gold. Yeah, Mercedes and Nicole have been very successful Heartland Ladies Tag Team Champions. They have held those belts since April the 5th of 2023. And as you may recall, a couple of years back, Nicole Savoy also had a very successful tag team combination with Shayna Baszler. They, in fact, won the Heartland Tag Team Championship on 4 occasions. So Nicole Savoy now the most decorated tag team wrestler in Heartland Ladies Wrestling history. All right, with that, I need a swig of root beer. We have reached the halfway point of tonight's show. 4 matches down, 4 to go. And it's only going to get better from here. We've had a good show so far. It's going to get even better as we head to our next championship match, and this one should be outstanding. Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is scheduled for one fall with no time limit. Disqualification rules will be in effect for this contest. This is for the Patriot Heavyweight Championship. What's my go-to root beer brand? Asks Solo Promoter. That would be A&W all the way. In my younger days, we actually went to the A&W root beer stand and loved A&W and loved the A&W root beer floats. Not to mention the food that they had at the A&W drive-in stand. It was one of the old drive-ins where you drove the car in under the shelter, and they brought the food out to the car, and you just had the time of your life. Of course, nowadays, as I'm old and fat, I have switched to diet, but A&W is still my root beer of choice. And if anybody else wants to dispute that, feel free to put your ill-informed opinions in the chat room, because there is no better root beer than A&W root beer. So, ladies and gentlemen, introducing first the challenger And your local boy from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, right here, the fans coming to their feet to cheer on the former Olympic champion, two-time Olympic gold medal winner. And you may not have known this, but Kurt Angle actually won an Olympic gold medal with a broken frickin' neck. He stands at 6'2". He weighs 237 pounds. This is the one and only Kurt Angle. And his opponent, your reigning and defending Patriot heavyweight champion out of nearby Camden, New Jersey. He stands at 6'1", weighs 227 pounds. This is the original Nature Boy, Buddy Rogers. And Buddy Rogers, of course, a controversial figure around Patriot Championship Wrestling. He is kind of got a little shine from the commissioner, Tori Wilson. And Tori allowed Buddy to sweet talk her into getting a title shot ahead of Kurt Angle. Kurt Angle was scheduled for a contenders match against Harley Race, but Buddy Rogers sweet talked her into making that a three-way. And it was Buddy Rogers who won the three-way and then won the championship. And now Kurt Angle finally gets his chance at revenge. This should be a tremendous match indeed. Buddy Rogers and Kurt Angle squaring off with the title on the line, and it is Buddy Rogers who makes the opening initiative roll and goes for the forearm uppercut, but that's a power move, and Angle with the power advantage takes over control, and he immediately catches Rogers with a power bomb. He got him up and down to the canvas hard. Good move by Kurt Angle on the reversal. And Kurt Angle now in control. And Angle now with a German suplex. And that is a +1 maneuver. German suplex, and down to the canvas goes Buddy Rogers. Angle now in control. And it is Angle who is going to go up for a moonsault. Both these men with equal agility ratings. The moonsault is a choice E maneuver, so he will require a roll of 7 or lower to hit that. And on a roll of 7, he got all of that one. And Buddy Rogers remains down. So Kurt Angle with a chance to take control here. He's going to go up for that moonsault again on a roll of 7 or lower. And again, he hits it. And this time, Buddy's slow to get to his feet. And Angle comes in following up with a European uppercut. Buddy Rogers staggering backwards. Angle on the offensive here. The fans in Pittsburgh loving it. Angle goes for another European uppercut. This time it is blocked by Buddy Rogers. And Rogers with a drop kick on the reversal. He got all of that one. Caught him square in the mush. And Buddy Rogers quickly going to go for the cover. The pin roll here is Snake Eyes. But on a roll of 5, Kurt Angle kicks out. And Rogers now in control. And he is going to go out of the ring. Out of the ring we go and down to the arena floor. Both these men B-rated performers on the arena floor, and on a roll of 6, that is the best man wins roll. In this case, that goes to the wrestler on offense. Buddy Rogers remains in control as we go back into the ring. And now Buddy Rogers tries for a pin using the ropes. Angle ain't falling for that one. Angle quickly scrambles away and scrambles back to his feet, only to get caught with another big drop kick by Buddy Rogers. That's 2 big drop kicks. Another pinfall attempt. The pin roll here is 3 or lower. And on a roll of 11, Kurt Angle kicks out. The fans in Pittsburgh are on the edge of their seats in this one, as Buddy Rogers is in control. And he is now going to attempt an illegal chokehold. That is a choice H maneuver. So that will either be death jump A with equal agility or an agility roll of 6 or lower. He's going to try the 6 or lower on this and not go high risk, but on a roll of 7, it is Angle able to reverse the chokehold. And Angle on the reversal comes back with another European uppercut. Buddy Rogers fires right back, and it is Buddy who goes for a hip toss, taking Angle over and down to the canvas. Both men scramble to their feet. They come together in the center of the ring. And oh, it is Angle attempting a chest drop on the top rope. He'll need a roll of 7 or lower to hit that, and he got him down across the top rope. And Buddy Rogers is dazed. They come together in the center of the ring once again, and it is a big back suplex. executed by Angle that puts Rogers down to the canvas. Boy, Angle can suplex you from any direction. And now, oh, another big suplex, German suplex by Angle. And that's another point of fatigue on Buddy Rogers. The fans in Pittsburgh are into this one. As Kurt Angle moves in, he's going to go for another moonsault on a roll of 7 or lower. And on a roll of 10, Angle misses the moonsault. And it is Rogers who takes control and just stuns Angle with a hard punch. Angle not very happy about that. Angle coming back, and oh, he picked him up again, and another power bomb on Buddy Rogers. Kurt Angle takes Buddy Rogers down yet again. And now another big German by Kurt Angle. And another point of fatigue on Buddy Rogers. Now Angle's going for the cover. The pin roll here is 4. And on a roll of 5, Buddy Rogers just got his foot over the bottom rope. Rogers in trouble here as Angle is in control. What's Angle going to do now? Another over-the-head belly-to-belly suplex delivered by Angle. Rogers is hurt. Angle is on him with another European uppercut. Rogers fires back with a whip to the ropes. Off the ropes comes Kurt Angle. He is an A-rated performer, but on a roll of 9, it is a running back elbow by Buddy Rogers that stuns Kurt Angle. Rogers now back in control. Another big drop kick by by Rogers on Angle. He didn't quite get all of that one, but Angle staggers back against the ropes. And now here is another whip to the ropes by Rogers and another running back elbow that stuns Kurt Angle. Rogers in control, yet another whip to the ropes. And it is this time on a roll of 5, it is Angle coming off the ropes. And he grabs Buddy Rogers and throws him to the mat with an awesome pile driver. Angle now in control. And Angle is once again going to go for that moonsault. I don't know the wisdom of that move, but this time he hit it again. And it is a move that stuns Buddy Rogers. Kurt Angle follows that up with a snap suplex. Rogers gets to his feet. They come together in the center of the ring. And it is Angle attempting a double leg takedown. Rogers with the counter tries for a forearm uppercut. Angle counters that, and it is Angle with a snap suplex that takes Rogers back down to the mat. Lots of back and forth technical action here, lots of reversals, lots of suplexes, and now it is Angle going once again for that chest drop on the top rope. And on a roll of 7, he drops him across the top rope. But Rogers bounces back, and it is Rogers who catches Angle with a knee to the gut and follows that up with a big pile driver. Pile driver by Buddy Rogers, taking Kurt Angle down to the canvas. A hard punch by Rogers stuns Kurt Angle. And now Rogers is going to go for a headlock. How about that? After all this, it is a headlock by Rogers. Rogers holding the headlock, Angle down to one knee. And Rogers now is going to let Angle get to his feet, and as he does, he smashes him with another big drop kick, and Angle is stunned. Another big drop kick. Angle stunned again. Another whip to the ropes. Off the ropes comes Kurt Angle, and on a roll of 9, it is a running back elbow by Buddy Rogers that stuns Kurt Angle. Here's a hard punch by Rogers. They come together into the center of the ring. Rogers tries the running tackle. That is a power move, so that's no good. And it is Angle who comes back with another power bomb, and Rogers hits the canvas hard and rolls out to the arena floor. Down to the floor we go again. And once again, on a roll of 6, that's the best man win roll. And in this case, it is Angle who wins the brawl on the arena floor and body slams Buddy Rogers onto the announcer's table. Oh my goodness, how about that? Rogers stunned by that body slam onto the announcer's table. Angle now with an overhead belly-to-belly as they come back into the center of the ring. Angle stays on the offensive, and he hits another German. Another German, and Buddy is down again. What's Angle going to do here? Can he get the finish? No, instead of the finish, he goes for another one of those silly moonsaults, but he does hit it. And now Rogers rolls out of the ring once again. And on a roll of 10, it is Rogers on the arena floor, and Angle coming after him with a steel chair. Let's see, you're out of the ring, B10. Yes, that is the foreign object roll. So Angle comes at him with a video monitor. Oh, the first time we've seen the video monitor come into play. Angle will not be disqualified. After hitting Buddy Rogers with the video monitor, Tori Wilson beside herself up in her skybox. That's her pretty boy. But Angle is coming in for and another moonsault attempt. Oh my goodness. And this time he misses. And Buddy Rogers takes control. And Buddy Rogers now with a whip. Thought about a whip to the turnbuckle. Instead, he's going to roll up and hit a slap across the face of Kurt Angle. Angle not happy about that. Rogers strutting around the ring arrogantly. They come back together in the center of the ring, and it's Buddy who's going to try a flying head scissors. This is a choice C maneuver. He'll need a roll of 5 or lower to hit that, and on a roll of 7, Kurt Angle says, "I scoff at your flying head scissors." Angle now in control. Angle with a European uppercut. Buddy Rogers going to fire right back, and Buddy Rogers now with a whip to the ropes. Off the ropes comes Angle, and on a roll of 8, it is a running back elbow by Buddy Rogers that stuns Kurt Angle. It's an old-fashioned Donnybrook here, says Steve Tower. Here is a hip toss performed by Buddy Rogers. Both men go down. Angle first to his feet, and Angle's going to try that chest drop onto the top rope again. This time Rogers dodges that move, and it is Rogers who comes back, and it is Rogers who tries that flying head scissors once again, and this time he got it. He got him over, and Angle is hurt. Back and forth we go. Buddy Rogers now with a big pile driver, and Angle is going to hit the canvas hard and roll out of the ring and down to the arena floor. And on a roll of 8, it is Angle who is simply going to have to make that helpless crawl back into the ring as Buddy Rogers chooses to catch a breather. Angle into the ring ahead of the 10 count, and it is Rogers with a big atomic drop that stuns Kurt Angle. Rogers now with another pile driver. Angle is hurt. Rogers now with a jumping knee smash, and Angle survives that one. And now Rogers with a pile driver, and this time Angle goes down and stays down. And now it is out of the ring we go once again. Kurt Angle tossed out of the ring, and on a roll of 12, this may be a countout, as it is a backdrop onto the announcer's table by Buddy Rogers. Kurt Angle will be counted out here on a roll of 4 or lower, but on a roll of 11, Angle is able to make it to his feet and return to the ring ahead of the 10 count. That will cost him a point of fatigue. Rogers now. Out of the ring we go again. I don't think we're likely to see shenanigans in a match of this nature. But on the arena floor, it is Angle who starts up a brawl. And this is going to be the double disqualification roll. Let's see, no. Ring B5. Actually, no, that's the clean win roll. Will Angle be disqualified? No, he will not. And it is Angle on the outside of the ring roll with a body slam onto the arena floor. Buddy Rogers is down and hurt once again. And now Angle with the Olympic Slam. Olympic Slam delivered. The pin roll here is 6 or lower. And on a roll of 7, Rogers once again gets his foot over the bottom rope. Another near fall and another near championship for Kurt Angle here. Kurt Angle needs to stay on the offensive. And Kurt Angle instead is going to go for that moonsault again. This time he hits it. And it is Buddy Rogers who will be leaving the ring. Out on the arena floor once again. And a roll of B4 is the double disqualification roll. Rogers will not be disqualified. Angle will be disqualified if he gets 4 or lower on the second try, but no. And now we go odd even. And it will be Rogers on the even roll. And on a roll of 5, it is Angle who wins the brawl on the arena floor with an Irish whip into the ring barricade. Angle back in control. And Angle now is going to go up for a death jump. Death jump coming from Kurt Angle. But oh, on a roll of 5, Buddy Rogers catches him and throws him down to the mat hard. Another brilliant reversal by Buddy Rogers, and now he goes to the figure 4 grapevine. This is killer. It is a +4 finisher. The submission roll here will be 9 or lower. And on a roll of 9, he got him. Wow, just like that. Buddy Rogers survives and defeats Kurt Angle with the figure 4 grapevine. much to the dismay of the fans here in Pittsburgh. Buddy Rogers had the odds stacked against him here. He got his foot over the bottom rope after the Olympic slam, was able to come back and catch Kurt Angle coming off the ropes, off the top turnbuckle, throw him to the mat, and with both men exhausted on the mat, Buddy Rogers with the figure 4 grapevine is able to force the submission and retain the Patriot Heavyweight Championship. That match was outstanding. The fans here in Pittsburgh are disappointed, and Buddy Rogers, in all of his arrogance, is taunting the fans and standing over the fallen Kurt Angle. No show of sportsmanship here. The happiest person in the arena is Torrie Wilson, and everybody else is going to go home disappointed as their hometown hero is unable to defeat his rival for the championship. All right, ladies and gentlemen, after a tremendous match there, we will see our next contest, which will be for the Heartland Ladies Championship, and this match will be in a steel cage. For one thing, these two ladies simply do not like each other. They have been feuding for a few months now, but the main reason that Teddy Long decided to put this match in a steel cage was to prevent the outside interference. Nicole Matthews, of course, never far from her tag team partner Portia Perez. IVELISSE, we've seen the damage that the JENNACIDE can do. So as the cage is lowered and these two ladies enter the cage, we will begin our introductions with the challenger. From San Juan, Puerto Rico, she stands at 5'4", weighs 115 pounds. The most hated woman in the Heartland, this is IVELISSE. Her opponent is from Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada. She is your reigning and defending Heartland Ladies Champion. She's no favorite of the fans, but she is not nearly as despised as IVELISSE. So she gets some applause as she comes down to the ring, being introduced your Ladies Champion, Nicole Matthews. All right, Nicole Matthews and IVELISSE in the steel cage. And given the hatred between these two ladies, we're gonna let the grudge match dice decide this one. And as they come together, it is Nicole Matthews who wins the opening initiative roll and goes right to the hip toss. That is a power maneuver. Nicole does have the advantage on the power, so she gets her over and down. IVELISSE, the more agile of the two competitors. And now here is a backbreaker attempt by Nicole Matthews. That is a choice A maneuver. She'll choose the power route, and on a roll of 9 or lower, she can hit that. But on a roll of 10, it is IVELISSE who reverses the backbreaker, and it is IVELISSE with an exploder suplex that takes Nicole down to the canvas hard. And now a big scorpion kick. Boy, IVELISSE is dangerous with those kicks. Scorpion kick by IVELISSE hits Nicole out of nowhere. And IVELISSE follows that up with another attempt at an exploder. But this time Nicole powers her way out of that. And it is Nicole with a whip to the turnbuckle. Actually, both these ladies are A-rated on the turnbuckle. IVELISSE comes off the turnbuckle, and on a roll of 8, it is a big kick by Nicole that stuns IVELISSE. Nicole in control. Here's another whip to the turnbuckle. And another big kick by Nicole that stuns IVELISSE. German suplex attempted by Nicole, reversed by IVELISSE. IVELISSE ducks under, goes behind, and a big vertigo kick stuns Nicole once again. IVELISSE getting it done with these kicks. And now it is a ride-along. I don't have the stats on what the ride-along is, but that's a level 3 maneuver, and Nicole is hurt. And now it is IVELISSE with a whip to the turnbuckle. And a reversal by Nicole. IVELISSE whipped into the turnbuckle, but oh, on a roll of 5, it is Nicole bouncing off the turnbuckle, and IVELISSE nailing her with a skull-splitting running lariat. Nicole goes down, and she is hurt. IVELISSE now in control. Another vertigo kick. Boy, IVELISSE landing these kicks left and right. Now a whip to the turnbuckle. Nicole coming off the turnbuckle, reversing that. And this time it is Nicole with a big kick that stuns IVELISSE. Back and forth we go. Another whip to the turnbuckle. These two working the turnbuckle whips. And this time it is IVELISSE lifting a knee to the head of Nicole that stuns Nicole. IVELISSE follows that up with a whip to the ropes. Off the ropes comes Nicole, and on a roll of 7, it is a running back elbow from IVELISSE that stuns Nicole. IVELISSE now with another whip to the ropes. Back and forth we go, and this time on a roll of 5, it is Nicole with a flying tackle off the ropes, putting her in control. And now a big lariat nails IVELISSE and stuns her and sends IVELISSE careening into the cage at ringside. IVELISSE hits the cage for the first time. And it is Nicole now in control, and she's going to go right to the Vancouver maneuver. Vancouver maneuver by Nicole Matthews, that face-first spinning neck breaker. She's going to go for the cover. The pin roll here is 4. And on a roll of 5, IVELISSE kicks out. Nicole in control here now. And on a roll of 5, that's a brain buster. And the big brain buster down to the canvas hard goes IVELISSE. And now Nicole just picks her up and shoves her into the steel cage once again. IVELISSE has hit that cage face first now twice. And Nicole is in control. And now she's going for the finisher yet again. This time the pin roll is 6 or lower. And on a roll of 8, Nicole is unable to get the pin as IVELISSE kicks out. Nicole still in control. And now another brain buster. And down goes IVELISSE again. IVELISSE barely getting to her hands and feet as Nicole comes in and just shoves IVELISSE into the steel cage once again. And this time IVELISSE comes up and she has a gash over the left eye. IVELISSE has been gashed. Another big brain buster. Here comes the pin attempt. The pin roll now is 5 or lower. And on a roll of 9, IVELISSE kicks out. She is determined to fight on, even though she has been beaten down and bloodied. And now the Vancouver maneuver again. Boy, I bet Kurt Angle wishes we'd used these dice last time instead of those championship dice. But the Vancouver maneuver is a +2. The pin roll here is 8. And on a roll of 8, she got her. Nicole Matthews dominated that match. And wins with the Vancouver maneuver. So IVELISSE gave it all she had, but Nicole Matthews busted her open. There was nothing that JENNACIDE or anybody else could do, as Nicole Matthews dominated that match to hold on to the Heartland Ladies Championship. IVELISSE is going to have to regroup and try and get her bearings back, as she is stunned and lying in the center of the ring. She's going to require some assistance to get back to the locker room area, as Nicole Matthews wants nothing more to do with IVELISSE. Portia Perez at ringside cheering on her friend and partner as they leave the ring together in celebration. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are making good progress here. Thank you all for tuning in to this week's pay-per-view broadcast. And as you know, when we have a pay-per-view, we do the full card. That happens once a month. And in the on the usual house shows, we just do the last half, usually 3 or 4 matches streamed on the house show. And another swig of root beer, and we will get back at it. We've got 2 matches to go, fans, and they are both World Championship matches. Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is scheduled for one fall with no time limit. Disqualification rules will be in effect, as this match is for the NWA World Tag Team Championship. Introducing first the challengers. They are your current Atlantic Tag Team Champions. They are accompanied to the ring by Jim Cornette at a total combined weight of 458 pounds. From Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, this is Sweet Stan Lane and his tag team partner out of Huntsville, Alabama, Beautiful Bobby Eaton, collectively known as the Midnight Express. I love that entrance music for some reason. That was just the coolest tune ever. As not only do you get wrestling on the channel, you occasionally get treated to the vocal stylings of one and only Dave Little. Steve Tower, Eat Your Heart Out. I need to learn to play the Midnight Express theme on the ukulele, or maybe I can commission Steve Tower to do that. He's the ukulele maestro in the gaming community. But now, ladies and gentlemen, coming to the ring, the defending and reigning NWA World Tag Team Champions from Blackwell, Oklahoma, at a total combined weight of 441 pounds. It is Jack and Jerry, the Briscoe brothers. So the Briscoe brothers to take on the Midnight Express here in Tag Team World Championship action. The Briscoe brothers, of course, have just survived a nasty feud with the team of Kevin Sullivan and Cactus Jack to make it here to Pittsburgh tonight to defend their titles against the Midnight Express. And don't think Jim Cornette hasn't been watching every move that the Briscoe brothers make in the ring and in their extracurricular activities. As we get things started here in what should be a tremendous tag team match, it will be Jerry Briscoe starting things off against Sweet Stan Lane. Everyone should have a uke, says Steve Tower. And the opening initiative role here goes to Jerry Briscoe. And it is Jerry Briscoe coming out with an attempt at a monkey flip. That is an agility move. Briscoe and Stan Lane equal on the agility chart. But on a defensive roll of 4, it is Stan Lane with a level 2 reversal. Lane reverses the attempt at a monkey flip, and it is Lane with a spin kick. That stuns Jerry Briscoe. Briscoe is stunned. Can he get over and make a tag? Yes, he can. And immediately it is Jack Briscoe coming in to try his luck against Stan Lane. Jack coming in with a whip to the turnbuckle. Off the turnbuckle comes Stan Lane. And on a roll of 7, it is a big kick by Briscoe that stuns Lane. Briscoe now in control. Briscoe with an attempt at an airplane spin. This is a choice E maneuver. He'll need a roll of 7 or lower to hit that on a 3. And on a roll of 6, he gets it. And Lane is hurt. Jack Briscoe now in control. And Jack Briscoe is going to go for that airplane spin once again on a roll of 7 or lower. He hit it again. And again, Stan Lane is stunned. They come together again for a third time, and it is Briscoe attempting a deep arm drag. He gets him over and down, but both men scramble to their feet. They come together again in the center of the ring, and this time it is Briscoe with a snapmare that takes Lane back down to the canvas. Nice sequence of moves there by Jack Briscoe. Briscoe now with a big drop kick on Stan Lane. Lane caught all of that one flush on the mush. And Jack Briscoe quickly going for the pin on a roll of 3 or lower. And on a roll of 5, Lane is indeed able to kick out. Lane in trouble as Jack Briscoe has taken control. Rolling reverse cradle. Another pin attempt on a roll of 4 or lower. Lane again forced to kick out. And now it's going to be Jerry Briscoe coming into the ring for a double team. And on a roll of 7, it is a bone-crunching double clothesline. Delivered by the Briscoe brothers to one Stan Lane. Lane is in some trouble here. Jim Cornette beside himself at ringside. And it is Jerry Briscoe coming in with an Oklahoma side roll. He can get a pin here on a roll of 5 or lower. On a roll of 4, he may get him. Can Cornette accomplish a distraction? Yes, he can. So only the distraction by Jim Cornette prevented Jerry Brisco from scoring the pin on the Oklahoma side roll. Brisco still in control here, and Brisco now with a lateral guillotine. Stan Lane struggling to get back to his feet out of that lateral guillotine. And Jerry Brisco now tries to turn that over into a Boston Crab. Stan Lane quickly over to the ropes to force that to be broken. Jerry in control now goes with a knee drop. Can Stan Lane make the tag? He cannot. Brother Jack is coming in. We've got a double team attempt coming here. And on a roll of 6, it is an awesome double neck breaker delivered by the Brisco brothers. Stan Lane still in trouble. And now on a roll of 5, it's a rolling reverse cradle by Brisco. And Eaton is just going to immediately try and break this one up of his own volition. And on a roll of 7, it is an attack by Eaton on Jack Brisco. And a wild brawl results. Lane will take a point of fatigue to that. The wild brawl will be decided on the odd even roll, with the Midnights getting the even roll. And on a roll of 2, it is indeed Bobby Eaton who wins the brawl and stuns Jack Brisco with a big elbow to the back of the head. Brisco is stunned, Eaton being taken out of the ring by the referee, as Stan Lane now has a chance to hit a flapjack. This is a +1 finisher. And on a roll of 3, we may see a pinfall here, but on a roll of 6, Jack Brisco is able to kick out. And finally, Lane able to tag out to partner Bobby Eaton. But in the midst of all of that, it is Eaton. It is the Midnights who have expended all of their tag team pin saves. Brisco now is down. He is vulnerable as Eaton is in control. And it is Eaton going up, and he's going to go for the dark side. This is a +3 tag finisher. And it is the Veg-O-Matic when teaming with Stan Lane. So we've got trouble here. The pin roll is 6 or lower. And on a roll of 6, it is a compulsory pin save. And as Jerry Brisco comes in for the pin save, on a roll of 11, that is another wild brawl. So Jack Brisco takes another point of fatigue. The Brisco brothers use their first pin save. The referees may disqualify both teams on a roll of 4 or lower. That's not going to happen. And now we go back to the odd even. This time it is the Briscos who have the even roll. And on a roll of 6, it is the Brisco brothers who win the brawl. But out of nowhere, as Jack and Jerry Brisco are brawling, coming down the ring, it is Kevin Sullivan and Cactus Jack. Kevin Sullivan and Cactus Jack now are attacking the Brisco brothers. We go to the gang interference table. What is going to happen here? And on a roll of 7, it is a distraction by Brisco by Cactus Jack and Kevin Sullivan. And they are now brawling with the Briscos. We may see a disqualification here. No, we will not on a roll of 8. The disqualification roll was 7. And now it is a brawl between Cactus Jack and Kevin Sullivan against the Brisco brothers. And we're going to have to go with gut check rolls on this brawl. The Brisco brothers roll 14 minus 4, 5, 6, 7. So a 7 for the Brisco brothers. Cactus Jack 11 minus 3 is 8. So Cactus Jack and Kevin Sullivan win the brawl on the arena floor. But they just barely win the brawl. And the loser of the brawl in this case was Jerry Brisco. So Jerry Brisco will take a point of fatigue after the brawl. And it is the Midnights now in control here. after the brawl is won, and it is a top rope elbow coming from Bobby Eaton onto Jack Briscoe. And Jack Briscoe takes that one flush in the head. He cannot get out and make a tag, so Eaton still in control here. And Eaton now with the Alabama Jam. That stuns Jack Briscoe. That is not a finisher in tag action, but it is a level 3 move. Jack Briscoe slowly trying to get to his feet, and a vertical suplex leaves him dazed. Eaton now in control. Eaton still the man for the Midnights, as Stan Lane has taken a lot of punishment here, as Eaton goes with a headlock and a cheap shot, punch to the side of the head. Jack Briscoe fires right back with a fireman's carry, and Eaton goes down. Eaton cannot make the tag, but Jack makes the tag to Brother Jerry, and the match will continue. Jerry Briscoe now in there against Bobby Eaton. Briscoe goes for the monkey flip, but Eaton, the more agile of the two men, able to disrupt that move and come back with an attempt at a spinning neck breaker. This is a choice E maneuver, choice E, which means he can successfully complete this on a 7 or lower, but on a roll of 9, Briscoe gets out of the way of that, and it is Briscoe with a whip to the turnbuckle. Off the turnbuckle comes Eaton, and on a roll of 8, it is a big kick by Jerry Briscoe that stuns Bobby Eaton. Briscoe follows that up with a falling leg snap, and Eaton tries unsuccessfully to make the tag, as Jerry follows that up with another whip to the turnbuckle. Off the turnbuckle comes Eaton again, and oh, this time on a roll of 12. That's bad news for the Midnights, as Eaton bounces off the turnbuckle and into a neck-breaking clothesline by Jerry Briscoe. Eaton is down. What's Jerry going to do? Eaton is trying to escape the ring. Jerry Briscoe is not going to let that happen, and instead it is Jerry going for the Boston Crab. Eaton trying to escape, and now into the ring comes Jack Briscoe for a Briscoe Brothers double team. But oh, on a roll of 11, that is a botched double team, as the Briscoes cannot execute the double clothesline, and instead it is Bobby Eaton with a running double clothesline that takes both the Briscoe brothers down. Eaton now in control. Jim Cornette beside himself with happiness at ringside, as Eaton is going to pitch Jerry Briscoe out of the ring and down to the arena floor. But oh, on a roll of 2, it is Jerry Briscoe who grabs the leg of Bobby Eaton, pulls him out of the ring, and it is Jack Briscoe with an Irish whip into the ring steps. That stuns Bobby Eaton. Jerry Briscoe now in control. Jerry Briscoe with a lateral guillotine. Eaton desperately trying to get out and make the tag, and on a roll of 6, he gets there. Stan Lane finally comes into the ring, and Lane with a power slam that Jerry Briscoe is able to reverse. Jerry Briscoe with the reversal comes back, and it is Jack and Jerry with a double tackle onto Stan Lane, and that is a tag maneuver, and that is a +1 move. Now Jack the legal man in the ring against Stan Lane. Lane in trouble here, as Jack Briscoe is not going to let Lane escape from the ring, and instead it is Jack Briscoe with a variety of suplexes, taking Lane down to the canvas again. Jack Briscoe now goes for the rolling reverse cradle. The pin roll here is 8 or lower, and on a roll of 6, he got him. Jack Briscoe with the pinfall victory over Sweet Stan Lane by way of the rolling reverse cradle. After the Briscoe brothers, boy, they survived all kinds of adversity, double teams, interference by Cactus Jack and Kevin Sullivan. And finally, it is Jack Briscoe getting the victory with a rolling reverse cradle over Stan Lane. And the Briscoe brothers have successfully defended the NWA World Tag Team Championship here in Pittsburgh. Very, very good match here. But the Briscoe brothers come out victorious in spite of shenanigans everywhere. So Eaton and Lane still leaving disappointed, but they continue to be your defending Atlantic Tag Team Champions. And they will head back to the southeast coast of the United States with a hit to their pride, but their regional titles intact, ready to defend against all comers. Great match, says Grant Pachoco. Thank you, sir. Salvador America, what do you think about the WWE going to different weight classes and a trios division as well? I read today that they're thinking about doing this. Gosh, you see the matches that Gunther and Chad Gable put on, and what a good matchup that is. I don't think they need separate weight classes. Maybe a junior heavyweight championship, a cruiserweight championship, would be a good thing to give some of the smaller performers a chance to shine. But I wouldn't make that a clean separation. Trios titles, nah. There's enough titles in the WWE already, and they don't keep their trios together consistently enough to do much. I don't think with trios, unless they want to go full, all in on trios championships and put full-time trios together like they do in Lucha Libre and Shikara and places where, trios championships have traditionally been very exciting to watch. But I don't think the WWE is the place to pull that off. And that's my story, and I'm sticking with it. All right. We have come to the main event of the evening, and this one is going to be just as fraught as all the others in terms of feuds, because just over the past few weeks, this has erupted into a conflagration of wild mayhem. The following contest is scheduled for one fall with a 45-minute time limit. And this is for the NWA World Heavyweight Championship. Disqualification rules are in effect, which is just insane when you consider everything that has gone on between these two factions. Introducing first the challenger, accompanied to the ring by Bobby the Brain Heenan, Curt Hennig, and Big John Studd. He stands at 6'1", weighs in at 243 pounds, out of Charlotte, North Carolina. This is the Nature Boy, Ric Flair. And his opponent is your reigning and defending NWA World Heavyweight Champion. He is accompanied to the ring by Jimmy Hart, Jackie Fargo, and Shane Douglas. He stands at 6'1". He weighs in at 247 pounds, from Amarillo, Texas. This is NWA World Heavyweight Champion Terry Funk. May he rest in peace. So yeah, lots and lots of controversy between these duos. Funk, as you know, has been affiliated with Jimmy Hart and a gang of thugs in Texas known as Whatever We Want. Jackie Fargo, part of that stable, along with Barry Windham, Stan Hansen, and now their erstwhile prospect, Shane Douglas. And they have been running roughshod over Texas. They did lose some momentum when Terry Funk won the World Heavyweight Championship, because he's not around Texas anymore. And it has been Fargo and Windham and Hansen kind of carrying the water, and Shane Douglas doing the dirty work. Windham chose not to get involved here tonight, and Jimmy Hart encouraged Windham to stay home, given the past history between Windham and Ric Flair. Windham might not want to break Flair's neck, but so Jimmy Hart left Windham at home and brought along Jackie Fargo and the prospect Shane Douglas. Heenan, of course, has been supporting Ric Flair and has been building a cast of characters around him. Curt Hennig, and recently recruited Big John Studd. And it was Big John Studd who took out Stan Hansen in a grudge match. That's why Hansen is not here tonight, because Hansen suffered a leg injury at the hands of Big John Studd. And just this past Wednesday night, it was Curt Hennig with a shot at the Dixie Heavyweight Championship held by George Tragos. And it was Shane Douglas who showed up out of nowhere in Greensboro to pull Bobby Heenan off the ring apron, leading to Tragos defeating Curt Hennig for that championship. So bad blood all around. Nobody likes anybody around ringside. And in the middle of all this, by the way, we have a World Heavyweight Championship match to conduct, as Flair and Funk, no love lost between these two, come to ringside. I don't know how much extracurriculars we'll see here, because certainly Flair does not want to get himself disqualified and lose his title opportunity. But at the same time, Hennig and Studd are here to neutralize the presence of whoever Jimmy Hart brought to town. And of course, Jimmy Hart couldn't care less if Funk gets disqualified, because he'll keep the belt. But there will be a no disqualification rematch should that occur. All right, I think we've got all the stipulations laid out. Flair and Funk are ready to have the color commentator shut up so they can wrestle. So here we go. And the opening initiative role is won by the Nature Boy. Woo! Says the Nature Boy as he comes out. And off the opening lockup, he is going to attempt a reverse atomic drop. A choice F maneuver, which means that he will need a roll of 7 or lower to complete that at level 3. And on a roll of 8, it is Funk who gets out of the attempted reverse atomic drop, and it is Terry Funk who dumps Flair to the canvas and hits him with a knee drop. Flair stunned, Funk in control, and Funk now is going to go for a backbreaker. This is a choice E maneuver, choice E. So he'll need 7 or lower to complete this on a 3, and he hits it. And Flair is hurt once again. Funk following up with a big neck breaker. Flair still hurt. Funk in control. Another big neck breaker attempt on a choice E, 7 or lower to complete that. He hits it again, and this time Flair is still hurt. Hard to get Flair down, but Terry Funk keeps on him with a series of headbutts. More headbutts delivered by Funk to Flair. These two don't care how much they have to hurt each other. Here's chops to the chest, attempted by Terry Funk. That's a power move. And Ric Flair, with the power advantage in this match, reverses that. Thought about a whip to the ropes, and instead he is going to try that reverse atomic drop again. This time he'll use the power roll of 7 or lower to try and hit that. And on a roll of 2, this time he gets him over and down. And Terry Funk is down. Ric Flair now in control, and Flair with an assortment of suplexes. Taking control as Funk struggles to his feet. Flair now thought about a whip to the ropes, and instead is going to go with a slap to the face. Not going to make any friends that way. Terry Funk is outraged, and he comes in, and Flair catches him and takes him down with a snapmare. Mind games being played here by Flair, and now a somersault knee drop by Flair onto the head of Terry Funk. Funk getting to his feet. Flair with a butt drop across the leg, but Terry Funk reverses that one, and it is Terry Funk with more headbutts that stun Ric Flair. Funk and Flair, back and forth we go. Funk now with another attempt at a neck breaker, and this time he hits it. And once again, Flair is hurt. Funk now with more headbutts. Flair is stunned and staggering around the ring. Bobby Heenan encouraging his man as Funk comes back with a neck breaker and takes Flair down to the canvas again. More headbutts. Funk in control. Flair refusing to go down. Another neck breaker. Flair staggering to his feet. Flair's cardio is second to none. As another neck breaker delivered by Terry Funk. I got to shake these dice better. We're getting all 5s and 6s. And this time it is a body slam delivered by Funk, and Flair is hurt. And now a knee drop delivered by Funk, and Flair gets out of the way of that one with a level 1 reversal. And Flair comes back with a whip to the turnbuckle. Off the turnbuckle comes Terry Funk, and on a roll of 7, it is a big kick by Flair that stuns Terry Funk. Flair in control now with an elbow drop. Funk slow to get to his feet, and Flair comes in with a knee breaker. Knee breaker delivered by Ric Flair, and that does damage to the knee of Terry Funk. And we have our first point of damage to the knee. That doesn't affect the pin rating, but it does affect the effectiveness of the figure 4 if Flair is able to use the figure 4. Flair now in control. Another big suplex, high vertical suplex, taking Funk down to the canvas again. Funk slow to get to his feet, and Flair comes in. Oh, and Flair pitches Funk out of the ring, and out to the arena floor we go. What's going to happen out here with all of these combustible elements? And oh, it is Funk who drags Flair out of the ring. And it is Funk outside the ring on the arena floor with a pile driver onto the ring steps. Wow. Devastating move there by Terry Funk. They come back into the ring. And Funk goes for the sleeper. Trying to put his lights out after that big pile driver, but Flair staggers to the ropes to force the hold to be broken. Funk with a chop to the chest. Flair fires right back, picks him up and down for another knee breaker. Another blow to the knee of Terry Funk has Terry Funk wincing and holding that left knee. Flair in control. And Flair with a clip to the knee. Another point of damage to the knee. And Flair follows that up with a pinfall using the ropes. He's holding that rope. The pin roll here is 2. And on a roll of 9, Terry Funk is able to kick out. But Flair has all the momentum here. And now another knee clip, and Terry Funk has 4 points of damage, maximizing the damage to that knee. Flair's going to go for a cover. The pin roll here is only a 3. He may get him on Snake Eyes. After that, with that pin using the ropes. And what's Jimmy Hart going to do here? He is going to go for a distractor rating. His distractor rating is 7 or lower. And on a roll of 4, it is Hart who is able to execute the distraction. So Funk takes another point of fatigue. And Flair is in control after almost getting a pin off of that pinfall using the ropes. Jimmy Hart has used his first distraction, and Flair now goes with another knee clip. Funk is hurting, but staggers to his feet. Elbow drop by Flair. Funk gets out of the way. Funk now in control with a series of headbutts, and it is Flair who now is leaving the ring. Out to the arena floor we go. And on a roll of 3, this time it is Flair winning the brawl on the arena floor with a diving clothesline off of the ring apron. That might not be Flair's prototypical move, so we'll say that it was Curt Hennig that came off with that clothesline off the ring apron. Unbeknownst to the referee, Flair is in the ring and in control. He goes to the figure 4 leg lock. Figure 4 leg lock is applied. And with all that damage to the knee, the finisher rating here is 8. Jimmy Hart is going to go to the Jimmy Hart card. Hart attempts to smash the opponent with the megaphone, but accidentally hits his own wrestler. Hart's wrestler adds 1 to his pin, and then the opponent continues his attack. So Funk is trapped in the figure 4. Jimmy Hart trying the megaphone shot to no avail. Will Funk be forced to give it up here? And on a roll of 3, he gives it up. And Nature Boy Ric Flair has won the NWA World Heavyweight Championship. So Jimmy Hart with the attempt at the megaphone shot to no avail after Curt Hennig took out Funk on the arena floor with a running clothesline diving off of the ring apron to put Funk down and set the stage for Flair to execute the figure four, and a new World Heavyweight Champion is crowned here in Pittsburgh. Boo, says Solo Promoter. Solo Promoter, I know you are a huge fan of Jimmy Hart, and in fact, somewhere on the archives of YouTube is a video clip of Jimmy Hart and Solo Promoter Grant Pachoco singing a duet as James J. Dillon taps his feet along in the background. I don't know if Dillon is a singer. Jimmy Hart, of course, was a rock singer before he got into the wrestling business, and Grant Pachoco a singer par excellence. One day I would love to see a duet with Solo Promoter, and after further review with Steve Tower, the ukulele and the guitar would be a terrific duet indeed. Maybe y'all can go to work on that Midnight Express theme music. All right, but ladies and gentlemen, we are getting distracted here by the shenanigans in the YouTube community. Your winner, by way of submission, and new NWA World Heavyweight Champion, the one and only Nature Boy, Ric Flair. So Bobby Heenan celebrating, Kurt Hennig and Big John Studd celebrating. The match did not end on doubles, so there will not be any after the match shenanigans, as Terry Funk is out cold on the canvas from a megaphone shot, and the Hart family, this faction known as Whatever We Want, is in a bit of disarray here, as Terry Funk has lost the NWA World Heavyweight Championship here in Pittsburgh, and the show closes with Heenan celebrating and Hart and his crew in despair. All right, thank you to everybody who has tuned in here tonight. Salvador America, Grant Pachoco, a.k.a. Solo Promoter. Scrolling back up, we have Jay Randus here in the chat room. Thank you for joining us. Neil Lau, thank you for joining us as well. Dwayne Martz, sorry I missed you coming in, Dwayne. Thank you for joining the show here tonight. Lots of great chat. Derek Bauman made his way into the Civic Arena here. Cleveland Baseball Fan 879, thank you for joining us. And I believe that's everybody. So thank you all for tuning in to tonight's broadcast. On behalf of Dave Little, signing off from the Dave Cave, on behalf of the Epic Sports Broadcasting Network, that's our stream, and I am out of here.